Hello and welcome to The Hop, a marketing podcast. I'm your host, Matt Taylor Farrington, and today I am joined by Kira from River 949, and we're going to talk about maximising your radio ads for holiday sales.
Yep.
Thanks for coming along.
Thanks for having me again.
I mean, coming along, we're here in your studio, but you know.
That's okay. Everybody had to move somewhere to get here.
Correct. Yes, we drove, you walked from there.
Yes.
Anyways. All right, so we're going to talk about, obviously, during that holiday sales time.
Yes.
Obviously, it gets quite chaotic, quite busy. You know, we all get busy ourselves with shopping, but and effectively how people can maximise their radio advertising during that time.
Yep.
So what are some strategies that business can use to make their radio ads stand out during the major end of year sales? You know, and we're not just talking Christmas. We've also got things like Black Friday, Cyber Monday that are coming up. So what can people do? Okay,
so creating a standout commercial is all about knowing your ideal client or customer.
Yep.
So, you know, if you've decided that radio's the right avenue to target your audience, then it's basically, who am I trying to target? Why am I trying to target them? And what's going to be the thing that makes that person turn around and say, I'm going to buy with you versus your competitor?
Yes.
So the number one thing is have a standout offer. Have that offer. And we've talked about this in the past where we create a we create an offer for our business but we recycle that offer 5 or 6 times in a year.
Yes.
We've trained our clients. We've trained our customers.
Correct.
Naughty marketers.
Correct.
But we all do it. We all do it. So what you want to do is go, what is the thing that's going to add value or a great offer to the person that's trying to buy from me? So in radio, we talk about, here's a discount on your regular rate. Here's a great offer that's adding value. So buy this and you get another one free. Buy this and you get 20% discount. Buy this and we'll give you 20% in bonus. Whatever the offer is, it's going to meet the market. And that's the big thing.
Yes.
It's about meeting the market. We do this all the time in radio. We're always listening to our clients. We're always listening to what's happening in their world. Yes. And then we're meeting and matching what's going to work for them.
Yeah, because you want to give them what they need at the time to give them the reason to buy from you. And I guess it's also, you know, on the offer, it really needs to be something that I can't get at any time of the year but this time, or, you know, ever. You know, to give it a reason to make that frenzy. You know, they call it a, you know, click frenzy on a Monday, you know, with Cyber Monday.
Yeah.
Well, it needs to be a frenzy-based offer. It needs to be an offer that's actually going to make people want to buy it and click and buy, or go into your store or ring an order, whatever it is. But it needs to be a reason. Like, it can't just be your stock standard, oh, cool, we've got 15% off store-wide, basically.
And that's also time of year as well, because you know, you're thinking about, okay, let's go retail. So I'm a retailer and I'm trying to sell jewellery.
Yes.
And I know that my ideal client is going to be sometimes a man and sometimes a woman. It depends on the jewellery store.
Yes.
But let's say, for example, your ideal client or customer is a male.
Yes.
And he is buying jewellery in preparation for Christmas. And he might have, like, pretty much every bloke out there has got a significant other.
Yes. And
a mum.
Yes.
So why not offer something for both people?
Correct. A value add.
A value add. So, and that's what I mean about honing in on your ideal customer.
Yes.
Because if you turned around and said, 20% off. I can get 20% off most of the year. But at Christmas time, I can get a present for my wife or significant other and my mum.
Yes.
2 birds, 1 stone. Okay. What male doesn't love that sort of option? Seriously.
Yeah, correct. And well, what female doesn't like that option either? You guys like to justify that. Oh, look, I bought this, but I got this for free, so really it was free.
Shut up, it's girl math.
You know, so, but yeah, it really is about making sure that offer is Correct. Yeah. So it's about, listening to your base, knowing what the offer is, but also making it something that's actually notable, that's going to go, you know what, actually, I can't get that any other time of the year. I'm going to come and get that. Yeah. So, all right. So, how can business tap into the excitement and urgency with these sales events to create compelling ads that really do resonate with listeners?
Yeah. So radio is the story. Yes. It's the, it's the right time of the year to be about how do I talk to that ideal customer. So we talked about the offer. Now we're talking about how do you communicate that offer.
Yep.
Know the person you're talking to. So if we're going down the jewellery track again.
Yes.
So I'm trying to talk to a bloke who doesn't want to waste time shopping, who has to buy for two people in his life.
Yes.
So right now it's, do you want to be able to buy all of your presents for the people you love right now?
Yeah.
We've got an offer.
Yeah.
And here's the offer.
Yes.
If the offer's compelling enough, it's going to make somebody make action on that. And it doesn't matter where you're advertising that offer from. And bear in mind, we're always talking about the fact that you need to do this on multiple platforms.
Correct. Yes.
So right now, I would be turning around and saying to somebody, you can do a 15-second commercial because it's the perfect way to communicate your call to action campaign. Because this is what a sale time of the year is.
Correct.
It is a call to action. We're not talking about the brand of your business. We're talking about come in and buy today.
Yes.
So that's the type of message that we're trying to communicate. And we want to communicate that as frequently as possible.
Yes.
On as many platforms as possible.
Correct. Yeah.
That is the right way to go about doing that type of action. To create a standout commercial, it's about turning around and saying, this is what we've got and this is the limited time to buy it, and you don't want to miss out. Create fear of missing out.
Correct.
If you create fear of missing out, you will make people come in today.
Yeah. Agreed. I think you're right. Yeah, 15 seconds definitely at this time of the year. Plus, it's a short burst. It kind of gets the message out there. You can afford to increase your frequency because you're buying 15s, not 30 spots. So that's definitely a great motivator, I guess, for it. And I guess, in the message, making sure that, the message is tailored to the right audience. Going back to, like you said, with the aiming, let's aim it at the blokes, and telling him that he can do his shopping in less than 10 minutes, and he's probably going to be unsold, let's go, sort of thing. So it really is about thinking about what is that offer, who am I talking to, and then aligning the message to make sure that it's really cutting through.
Absolutely.
All right, so with so many sales happening at the end of the year, how can a business tailor their message to cut through the noise and attract attention on the radio?
Okay. So attracting attention.
And don't tell me that I've got to, put on my Santa voice or start singing Jingle Bells or... I said bells. Keep going.
Now it's your turn to be naughty. Okay. I was actually going to say, don't be cliche.
Yes.
Please don't be cliche, because every marketing person's turning around and going, oh, it's Christmas time, so put some Christmas music in the background and be Christmassy and do a fake Santa and do this and do that. Oh.
And if we're talking about cut through, that ain't going to happen, because if every commercial has some sort of Christmas antic going on in the background, you're just all going to blend together.
Yep, exactly.
So be the black sheep.
Yep. Be brave.
Yeah.
Be brave. If you're, and again, we'll go back to this example. If you're talking to a bloke who wants to be able to do his shopping in, out, like he knows where he's going and he's going in there with purpose.
Yep.
Then turn around and say,
yes,
come and shop with us. You'll be in and out in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Give him the reason why he's coming to you.
Yes.
If you've executed buying the right location or station or targeting with the message that you're trying to do with social media or whatever it is.
Yes.
If you have done your job with that research, if you have then turned around and really gone, this is what we're trying to achieve. We want men to come into our station, into our location. We want them to buy. We want them to buy for this reason. So we've figured out who we're talking to, we figured out their pain point, and we figured out why they would come and shop with us,
yes,
then your job is done. It's up to then a creative person.
Yes.
And there's lots of them out there.
Like Purple Bunny Marketing.
Purple Bunny Marketing.
Or River 949. They have people here too, apparently.
We have people.
They do.
We do. I promise. But if you've done all of those things in preparation to have that conversation with your marketing person, with your radio person, with your TV, with your insert word here for marketing,
yes,
then your job is done. You now can step away and go, right, as long as those 3 things tick the box with that creative, your marketing person should be able to come back with a creative solution that does what you want it to do.
Yeah, agreed. The
main reason that marketing fails is because there's no clear direction.
Yeah. Yes. The amount of times we get a very vague brief and have to try and make that work is very hard. So, yes, agreed. Be as specific as possible.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with being specific.
And making sure that you execute a brief about who is the person you're talking to, what is the message, what is the offer, and really any creative person should be able to execute a well-crafted commercial for you that's going to cut through.
Yeah.
So,
and again, we go back to previous podcast episodes that we've talked about this. We're not talking about a man in his 50s. We're talking about someone who. Complete that sentence. If you can complete the sentence on the somebody who, like, for example, our male customer.
Yes.
He's a guy who doesn't have a lot of time on his hands. He wants to be in and out in 10 minutes. He hates shopping. But he wants to be able to get what he needs for all of the people in his life because he wants to buy them jewellery.
Yes.
That is your someone who. Once you've done that, your creative person can take it from there.
Correct. Agreed. 100%. See, I got it in. It made it into the episode finally. I've been sneaking it in just once at the moment. I'm trying to be very reserved with how I use it. So
I was just going to tease you.
What, you were going to try and drop it in, were you?
100%.
Of course you were. All right. So are there, obviously you've been doing radio a while now. Are there any specific types of offers that you've seen work really well with clients in the past that you can kind of say, hey, this type of thing has worked well in the past?
Yeah.
Obviously understanding that, the people listening aren't necessarily in that industry, but is there something that you've seen work really well or be executed well at this time of year?
So buy one, get one free is always my favourite offer at this time of year, mainly because who doesn't want an extra something or other? So when it comes to your kids, when it comes to, if you're
nieces, nephews, all that sort of stuff where it's like, oh, well, I can buy one and get the other one for free. And,
exactly. And especially when it's a range of things like, squishmallows are all the rage at the moment with all the young people.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if it's male or female that we're talking about in that child category. If you have, those little toys and it is quite broad in the gender or appealing to lots of young people, then of course buy one get one free. The pop vinyl things.
Oh yes.
Yep. All of those where you've got multiples with lots and lots of different offers. Who it could appeal to.
Yes.
That's a perfect thing to do. Buy one, get one free, because then I've just taken care of 3 nieces and a daughter.
Yes.
Done.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Agreed.
So, and that's a great way to move stock en masse for a marketer. For a marketer, we go, that's a great way to move stock en masse. Yes. For a client, they're going, oh, that's great because that still works into my margin. So, correct. Double bonus.
Yeah, 100%. There it goes. It's stuck back in now. It's cracked back in.
Got you.
But yeah, no, I think it's about, the offer does have to be right in that whole, that buy one, get one free. I mean, that works all the time anyways. But I think something that I've seen work really well at this time of year is also some things where you actually potentially look at giving away something as part of the purchase, which could almost be used as a present or even a reward for the person who's buying it. Like even holidays are really spectacular. So if you're selling something a lot more grand, let's talk cars, for example, selling a car and you win a holiday, like you're definitely going to potentially pique that person's interest, especially if they get a new car and then they get on a holiday for Christmas, or whatever.
Well, I actually saw one and I thought it was really, really clever. It was the holiday, like it was a holiday company.
Yes.
And they're like, it's the whole, rather than buy yourself or buy, as a couple, don't buy a present, buy an experience, buy a holiday. And the value add in it was actually around what do you do when you get to the airport.
Yes.
You sit around and you eat awful food and you have awful coffee and you sit in noisy places.
Cuss about the different airlines that you're waiting for the flight to land because it's been delayed.
Exactly. Their offer was buy this holiday and get lounge access.
Oh, lovely.
For 3 hours.
Yeah.
So they were appealing to working class people.
Yes.
They were appealing to people who were, wanting to have some fun.
Yes.
Not just have something, but have some fun, have an experience. So they were selling on having the experience for Christmas, or that's your thing, that's your Christmas present to the couple. But then you get to go and have these Instagrammable drinks, and you get to go and have this wonderful food, and you get a comfy seat and in a quiet space.
Yes.
They're just going tick, tick, tick. They've listened to all the pain points of their clients, the things that they hate about travelling, and they've addressed it in a value add in this holiday package. And I went, that is brilliant.
Yeah.
It was well executed all the way around.
And I'd say that they've obviously looked at their market too, knowing that at that time of year, business travel is probably a little bit less.
Yep.
So the lounge is now available. So let's fill the lounge at the same time. So they themselves as well are also ticking some boxes.
Yeah, exactly. Because they would have done a deal in the background with that airline.
Yes.
So it's like, give us this and the lounge access for, 3 hours or whatever it is.
Yep.
Tick box, everybody's happy.
Yes.
The airline's actually getting that, they're getting business pushed their way in a quieter season with their business travel. So it's a win all round. But I just love the way it was well executed, really well thought through plan.
Yes.
On who they were targeting, what the offer was. Yep. Very, very smart.
Yeah, agreed. See, I didn't say 100%. I'm going to replace it with agreed now, Nick, just so you know. Okay, so last question. How can small business with a limited budget effectively use radio advertising, especially at a time like this where there is going to be an influx of people advertising? Yep. So how can they get their slice of the pie but still maintain that budget? Okay, so
the one thing that I like to do is a client owning a day.
Yep.
So if you wanted to turn around and say, okay, well, we're going to do, we've got X amount of budget to spend, and you kind of look at the budget and go, that's not really going to do much justice over, a couple of days. Own a day. Absolutely smash it out of the park. Do 10, 20 commercials in a day, plus some live reads, and you have a very, very solid campaign there.
Yes.
Your live reads are done by an announcer. You've given them a script, you've given them dot points, you've literally gone to the target of what you're trying to achieve with your campaign, what the offer is. The announcer gets excited and behind it, and it's like, oh my gosh, this is a great offer. And then throughout the day, what's backing that up are those reminder commercials saying, don't forget about this offer, don't forget about this offer, because on River, you've got a broad audience who's listening throughout the day, not just in breakfast, not just in drive.
Correct.
So for us, owning a day is a really, really good strategy for a client, because you don't have to be on, all month with a limited time offer.
Yes.
This limited time offer, you hear it today and you're going to make some action either today or tomorrow.
Correct.
That's the strategy behind it. So don't think that you've got to run a call to action campaign for 5 days and this and that and da-da-da. Do that on social media, by all means.
Yes.
You know, run it for a couple of days and help it back up your radio. But run radio really tight.
Yes.
And go hard.
Yeah. And I guess it comes back to what we've talked about in previous episodes, where we've talked about frequency doesn't mean I have to be on all the time every month.
No.
It's about build yourself a frequency. So, you know, even down the line, that strategy could work for somebody where they just go, right, I'm going to own a day or 2 days in the month every month. Like, that's a strategy. That's actually got a reason behind it. You've got a trackable plan that you now know what you're doing.
Yep.
So, yeah, I 100% agree. Merging them now. I think owning a day is a very clever way, especially if you've got like a strong call to action that's going to be, you know, up until this weekend only, and you lock out like the Wednesday to give them enough time.
Yeah.
And you run the offer through till Saturday, and then follow that up with a shitload of social media.
Yep.
100%. You're going to be killing it.
Yeah.
So.
I'm sorry.
See, I say it once and then it gets dropped in and now I can't help it.
Yeah, no, and I tried to stop my laugh. Sorry.
All right, that's enough of you. You laugh too much.
Okay, sorry.
All right, we're finished. We're finished now. That's it for us. So I hope that you got something out of there. Hopefully that's helped you to maybe come up with some ideas or strategies to support you for your end of year sales. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks to Kira for coming along, having another chat. It's been a while. We've been busy. We've been road tripping with different podcast episodes. It's been great.
It's good.
So, but thank you for coming along. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you subscribe on the links below to keep up to date with all the latest marketing trends.